Hey, fantastic fam. Welcome to our community where we combine the woo and the work. We are two professional women who believe we can have it all and constantly upgrade ourselves to meet our visions. I'm Kalyani and I've chosen the off-roading path to personal development, being an entrepreneur with the journey of motherhood. I'm an economics postgraduate and I love working with all things mind and money. I've founded and sold one business and I'm now building this business that feels like fun and freedom for life.
Hi, I'm Rupali. I'm a numbers nerd turned Reiki master and many other things. I found a passion for all things wellness. I've worked in banking and finance for 15 years and I love combining that knowledge with all things energetics to create impact in a fun, easy way for others. Join us as we share the behind the scenes of us creating wealth, freedom, and magic. Money is hard to come by. Ever heard of this? Thought or belief? So, today we are going to discuss whether what we believe is true or is it real. And what I mean by that is what we believe is true for us. So, when there's a glass that's half full or half empty, if we see it to be half full, that's the truth for us. If we see it to be half empty, then that's the truth for us. So, this is where the power of our thoughts comes into place. Any cognitive biases that we hold. So let's say we grew up around coming back to the belief of money is hard to come by. Let's say we grew up around people saying that constantly, parents saying that constantly, that money is hard work, and or friends or family friends, or we saw situations where people lose money or don't get money. Then we somehow have that bias because that's our perspective of the world, right? So it's about perception versus reality. And if there's a belief you hold that money is hard to come by, then that's true for you. So an analogy here is, let's say you see cars on the road, right? You drive by every day, it's the same cars, types of cars, colors of cars. You're not fazed by it. But then let's say one day you come up or you decide that okay, I need a new car and oh, I'm liking this matte gray color car that I'm seeing. Maybe I should consider it. So as soon as you decide that, you'll notice in the coming week, you'll see many more of those gray cars. And it's not because they were not there before, it's because of you noticing them now because you want that car. So this also holds for beliefs such as money is hard to come by. So if that's your perspective that you've formulated growing up or over your life, then that's what you're going to see more and more of. You'll see negative headlines in the news, you'll see recession-related headlines, you'll hear random people talking about life being difficult, it being difficult to make money, people losing money, businesses shutting down, bankruptcies, all of that. But if you had the opposite thought, then you'll see more and more of that, right? So you'll see, oh my goodness, there's so much opportunity. So let's say you believed that money is easy. I can easily make money. Um, I have the skills to make the money. I have everything it takes, and there are endless opportunities. Then you'll see only opportunity. So that's where perception versus reality, or is it true or is it real, becomes relevant. Now, have you ever heard of the thought or of the notion that what you focus on grows? Then this links back to some of the examples I gave. And giving another example, let's say you keep saying, I'm always tired, I'm always tired, I'm so tired, I'm drained, I'm always tired. And this is from personal experience that I'm sharing this one because I've grown up always being tired. And I've noticed that When I say I'm always tired, always tired, I exponentially become more and more tired. But when I observe my thoughts, turn that around and say, oh my goodness, I have so much energy. What next? What next? What am I excited to do next? Then that grows, right? So what you focus on grows. Similarly with money or lack and abundance, whatever you focus on grows. So if you're focused on opportunity and income and increase and the excitement around it all, that grows. If you focus on the opposite of lack, that there's no opportunities, it's very difficult, I never have enough money, coming back to the pattern of money always just happens to go, then that is what will come back to you. Because it's your subconscious keeping you in the familiar. So subconsciously, that thought is familiar to you, and anything that's not that thought feels like it's unfamiliar, and so it's scary, and so your subconscious tries to protect you. So the key message of all of this is that when you find yourself having similar thoughts or the same thoughts that are not helping you, right? Because I mean, if a negative thought like money is difficult to come by is helping you, and you feel like you want to keep it, then definitely keep it, and just keep it, keep it forever. But if you feel like it's not helping you, it's making your situation worse, then let's play a game. Try this out. Try observing how many times a day you say this in different ways. Try observing how many times you think this. Observe what the thought and the feeling make you feel. So, how does your body feel when you're saying it? Do you feel energized when you say money is difficult to come by? Do you feel grateful when you say money is always leaving my bank account and I never get to keep my money? So, play a game and just observe. And don't, it's, and the reason why I say play a game is it's a game. So don't get hooked into it in the sense of, oh no, I'm always thinking these thoughts. How do I come out of it? That feels heavy, right? So anything that feels heavy is not going to help you. So you want to avoid that as far as possible. And for those of you that are thinking that's kind of avoidance strategies, no, it's not avoidance. I'm just saying when you keep choosing negative thoughts, let's try and be detached from these negative thoughts and just observe them. And then once we observe them, you'll realize how many times you see it. Once you kind of realize how many times you say it, then you'll be able to turn that around. Now, there are many techniques to turn that around, to identify these. Basically, you're identifying it and then reframing these thoughts, reframing these beliefs. There's NLP techniques where you can use to kind of reframe and anchor yourself in different, reframes. There's many different techniques you could use. And one such technique is either say the opposite, okay? So say the opposite, or here's a fun one actually. Don't say the opposite because that could be it could feel fake to some people. Don't do that. So each time you observe yourself saying or thinking these thoughts, just laugh and say, oh, here I go again. Make it like I said, we're playing a game, play it. And you automatically realize that you're no longer resisting the thought. It just dissipates because you watch it and then you laugh it off. Because that's because it's your body that's holding the energy. So you just want to break that energy. You want to dissipate that energy. So yeah, so that was my kind of, thought process today around what's true and what's real for you. How do you think of it? How that plays in your reality. How does it play out in your reality, in your things you want to manifest, why you can't achieve things you want? Because it's these thoughts that are holding you back. So play it, experiment, have fun, and let us know how it goes.
We would really appreciate your feedback as reviews on the podcast app you tune in from. Support us also by sharing this podcast with 3 of your besties who would benefit from being fantastic.